Introduce me. So I'm Pujita. I have 8 years of experience in vulnerability management. I have worked on multiple tools in cybersecurity like Qualys, Nessus, and also I have worked on other cybersecurity threat intelligence tools called Recorded Future and all. So, firstly, I'd like to thank you all for joining this session on vulnerability management. And as we all know, so we are in digital world now. So safeguarding our systems and data is very, very important. So by choosing this training, so you're taking one step ahead towards protecting your organization from potential threats, and also we can ensure secure environment for our data and the operations. So it not only help you in professionally, but also it will help you in person as well. And I hope by end of the session, so you will have some clear understanding of vulnerability management and why it matters. And I can also help you out to understand how Qualys tool effectively manage and mitigate the risks. So yeah, first before starting with Qualys, so I wanted to give some a basic understanding of cybersecurity. So, and also the understanding of vulnerabilities and the introduction to the vulnerability management, and then I'll jump to Qualys. Okay. So coming to the introduction to cybersecurity, look, what do you mean by cybersecurity? Anyone in the class? Okay, I'll take it up. Okay, so cyber is nothing but it refers to internet connected systems. So when I say internet connected systems, it's nothing but computers and also networks and like all the digital technologies comes under cyber. And what is cyber security? Protecting those internet connected systems is nothing but cybersecurity. So we have to protect those internet connected systems from cyber attacks. So that internet connected systems, maybe it includes hardware, software, and also data. So our agenda is to ensure, so we are maintaining the confidentiality of the data and integrity of the data and availability of the data. Okay, I'll give you one real-time scenario. So let's say you're receiving a fake phone call from someone. So pretending that he or she is from your bank. Okay, like you might have seen these scenarios in your real lives. So they'll ask you for card details and bank details. So like people who don't have awareness, so they will give their bank accounts and credit card or like debit card details. So once they have all the details, so they will try to generate the OTP and ask OTP to the people. So once they have access to that OTP, so they will steal money. So it's always important. We should be aware that why cybersecurity is important. Okay, this is about cybersecurity basics. I don't want to go in depth because just it's a demo class. I wanted to give you an overview what is cybersecurity, because I understand there are people who are new to cybersecurity, and also if there are people who are already into cybersecurity, so that's fine. But this is for the people who don't know about it, so who are new. Okay, then I'll move to vulnerabilities. Okay, what do you mean by vulnerability? Anyone want to answer for this? Come on, let's be interactive. It's just a demo class. So whatever you know, just speak out.
Yeah, vulnerability means hi, myself Damu.
Hi,
So,
Damu.
hi, Krita. So, as per my knowledge, it's a kind of like a weakness in the system that we can, exploited. So, to for attractors or delivery, so successfully
Exactly.
attacks.
Exactly. Great. Great. Thank you for answering. Okay. So vulnerability is nothing but weakness or a flaw in system that can be exploited by attackers. Okay, for this, I'll take real time scenario. Just remember the terms weakness or flaw and exploitation. Let's say house robbery. I'll take example of house robbery. Thieves want to rob your house. Okay. So they just can't walk in through the front door because we will lock our front doors. So what they'll do, they'll try to look for some weakness or flaws in your home security. Okay. So let's say first what they will discover. So they will see if there is any flaw in your lock of your front door, right? So they will try to find some flaw or weakness of your lock, and then they will try to open without needing a key. Okay. Here, flaw in the lock is nothing but vulnerability. Okay. Then they will try to exploit. After identifying the weakness or a flaw, they'll try to exploit. How they will exploit? Maybe by using some tools or some techniques. So the thieves, they will try to exploit this flaw, and they will pick the lock and enter your house. So without triggering any alarms or without needing any key. In the same way, cyber criminals also, they will exploit vulnerabilities in softwares or systems to gain unauthorized access. Okay. So, and coming to the robbery, once they're inside the house, then they can steal the valuable items. Same way, so once attackers gain access, cyber criminals gain access, they will try to steal the data and they'll cause damage by exploiting the identified vulnerabilities. Okay, so here, so you have to understand what is the impact here. So, loss of valuable items in the case of robbery, and when it comes to the criminals attack, so company will lose the sensitive data or they may suffer some financial losses. Okay. So what do you think? What is the preventive actions to be taken in the case of house robbery? Anyone? Come on, guys. Let's be very interactive. Okay. Yeah, Gitanjali.
Maybe to set up any alarm sound like.
Yeah, great. Very good answer. Yeah. So first thing we have to check, we have to regularly check and upgrade our home locks, whether they are working fine, how is the functionality. And also, as you mentioned, Gitanjali, so we can implement some monitoring measures by installing security cameras and alarm systems, and we can check their functionalities. Okay. Nice answer. Thank you. And we spoke about vulnerability. Now we will understand what are the types of vulnerability. Okay, there are different types of vulnerabilities. Maybe there may be software bugs and outdated software. Okay, and weak passwords and misconfigurations. These and all comes under types of vulnerabilities. So for outdated softwares, like maybe everyone is using mobiles, right? So software versions, so we'll be getting some pop-up saying like software to be updated, because in the older version there may be some bugs identified. So to avoid that security issues, so we have been requested to update our software version in our mobiles. Okay, so in the same way, so in every scenario try to correlate with the cyber security, then you will understand in real time as well. Okay, these are the common type of vulnerabilities, and I don't want to go in depth about these vulnerabilities. Probably we can take up in classes. And coming to the impact of the vulnerabilities, as we already discussed, due to vulnerability exploitation, so there will be data breaches. So when I say data breaches, there will personal info may steal, and also there will be loss of sensitive information and financial loss, and there will be a reputational damage. So this is about the vulnerabilities, understanding of vulnerabilities. Hope you guys are clear about vulnerabilities now. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand and you can ask me, not a problem. Okay, then now I'll move on to the vulnerability management. Okay, So vulnerability management, we spoke about vulnerability. So what is the outcome when the vulnerability is exploited? Now, how we have to manage the vulnerability. Okay. So how we will manage the vulnerability? We will try to identify. It's nothing but a process of identifying and evaluating and treating, followed by reporting on the security vulnerabilities in systems. Okay. Okay, again I'll take another real time scenario here. Let's say you went to hospital. Okay. You have been suffering from fever from past few days, so you went to hospital. You identified it, and after going to hospital, doctor will diagnose and he will evaluate, is it a normal fever or is it a typhoid or something else? Then they will treat according to the evaluation they done. Okay. So after treating, then evaluating, then they will treat. After that, they will report. Okay. So this is how the vulnerability management process follows. And for the vulnerability management, we have multiple tools in the market. But here we are talking about Qualys. So Qualys is one of the leading provider of cloud-based security and compliance solutions. So what Qualys will do, it helps organizations to streamline their security and to be compliant with the industry standards. Okay. So when I say cloud-based security, so it's a cloud-based SaaS cloud-based platform. So what do you mean by SaaS? SaaS is nothing but software as a service. So which means software is hosted on the cloud and delivered to the users over internet, which is very easy to maintain, and we no need to bother about the maintenance. Everything will be taken care by service provider. Just we can access that software via web browser, and also we can access from anywhere, so when we have proper internet connection. Okay. And you may raise a question. Okay, Qualys is, you are saying Qualys is cloud based and it's a shared platform. Do you think shared platform is secured? Is it safe to use shared platform? Okay, let me tell you. So Qualys is shared, meaning many companies they will use same service, but everyone's data is kept isolated. It will be separated and it will be secured. Like what to say? Yeah, different safety deposit boxes in the same bank, kind of. Okay, and also Qualys uses strong security measures to ensure their data is protected, and also like how banks protect their vaults. So it's a very secure tool and it's very user friendly tool, and it helps you to manage your vulnerability management very easily and very effectively. Okay. So maybe Jawahar, you can go to the next slide, so where it shows the modules. Next slide, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As I mentioned, it's a software as a service, and on the left side, you can see the modules. In Qualys, it's not only vulnerability management we do. There are multiple modules like policy compliance, and you can see here for infrastructure security, we have a modules called VMDR, continuous monitoring, certificate view, VMDR mobile, and threat protection. So when it comes to the cloud and SaaS security, we have container security, total cloud, and Qualys flow. And even we have asset management where we can discover the assets automatically, and then we can proceed for the scanning. And also we have a patch management. So for identified vulnerabilities, we have to apply the patches, right? So no need to apply manually from different teams. So we can apply patches from Qualys itself. So which we will call it as zero touch. So just we can auto schedule and the patches will happen. So for the vulnerabilities which are very critical, so we can use this patch management module. So like it's like time saving and being very proactive approach. And also coming to the compliance, policy compliance is all about checking the hardening configurations. So it will check for the misconfigurations in the systems. And also application security we have. Application security, like, we will use many applications on daily basis, so we have to make sure we don't get into fake websites and all, so it can be managed by application security. Next slide, please. Yeah, we also have a sensor management. When I say sensor management, okay, I'll take Cloud Agent. So let's say we have a remote devices. So normally in Qualys, we will perform scans on the basis of IPs. So if it is remote devices, so if you are connecting to some VPN, so the IP will be dynamic, right? So how you will perform scans on dynamic IPs? So just a simple solution, Cloud Agent. Cloud Agent, the Qualys software will be deployed on the remote devices, so where it will perform the real-time scans, and it will be very useful. And coming to Qualys gateway services, it's like it acts as a proxy, so it will hide the actual information of our organization. And also we have connectors, and in the last module, it's about the compliance, so where we can manage the user account roles management and all. So and also we have beautiful dashboards in Qualys, so where we can customize the widgets, and we can create a dashboard based on our requirement, and it will be very easy to run the queries, and to get the visibility on how you wish. Okay, next slide. Maybe you can go to next slide. Yeah. No, previous slide. Okay. So here we are talking about Qualys vulnerability management detection and response. This is one of the module which we will use for infrastructure security, as I have shown in the previous slides. I'll help you out how it works. Okay. So first, before launching the scan, what we'll do? Asset inventory. Why asset inventory is needed? So we have to identify all the assets in our IT environment. Let's say maybe computers, servers, software. So Qualys will identify the assets in the first place. Then it will go for the vulnerability management as a second phase. So whatever the identified assets, it will perform scan on those identified assets to find vulnerabilities that attackers could exploit. And there is the third step is threat detection. So it continuously monitors for the signs of attacks, and also it will try to see if there are any unusual activities. Then prioritize. Let's say you have identified the vulnerabilities. On one particular server, we have some around 2000 vulnerabilities. And is it possible to fix all the 2000 vulnerabilities? No, you have to see which is important, like, which has to be prioritized. How do you prioritize? Based on the severity and the exploitability. So the vulnerability prioritization will be on the severity and exploitability. So once we prioritize the vulnerability based on the risk identified, then we will do the remediation. How you will do the remediation? By using patch management. So either we can do manually. Few organizations, they have already adopted to the patch management, and few organizations still they are working with server teams. So this remediation provides guidance on how to fix vulnerabilities. Okay, so Qualys will try to identify the vulnerabilities, and it will try to provide the solutions on how to fix the vulnerabilities. So post performing the um, remediation, it's always important to re-verify if remediated vulnerabilities are fixed or still open. If still open, they have to refer to the column called solution in the report, and then they have to again apply the fix. Okay. So hope this VMDR cycle is clear for you guys. And coming to the importance of this VMDR is, it's a proactive protection. Like, we are not waiting here until the attack happened. So this VMDR will help you to find and fix problems before exploitation itself. And also we have continuous monitoring in VMDR. So which means if we have any new threats, so we can enable alert mechanism. So it will alert you. See, this is the new threat which has been discovered. So just see within your organization if there are any impacted assets. So if yes, so just go and remediate. So after remediating, again we will perform the vulnerability scan to reconfirm if that vulnerability has been fixed on the asset. And also it is very efficient response. So we can when I say efficient response, so prioritizing critical issues will protect our environment, right? So that's the reason I'm saying it's very efficient response. Okay. Move to the next slide. Yeah, it's same. So I can say so Qualys is one stop for all the needs. So you guys in our next classes, so we will come up with live demonstration, and also we will help you out how to launch the scan and how to initiate the scans, how the Qualys will discover the assets, and what is the vulnerabilities after performing scan. So how to mitigate them, and also along with this we can help you out what are the interview questions they will ask in the interviews. And also we can help you out preparing your resumes, so even it will be easy for you guys. So if needed we will take few mock interviews as well, so for this VM. Okay, that's all. I would like to thank you